Devon believes in the accuracy and importance of this pronation lift. It has become Devon's favorite lift over time, and it is his go-to lift if he wants to know how strong he really is. But the problem is, Levan is also a top roller and he's also lifting the same amount of weight as Devon with relative ease. So is Devon going to be in trouble? Hello arm wrestling fans, in this video we are going to discuss Alexey Voevoda's training clips from his Instagram page. Levan Saginashvili lifting the same weight as Devon in the pronation lift. Is it better than Devon's lift? Then we have Monster Michael Todd's prediction about King of the Table 10 event, his thoughts about a possible rematch against Devon, and the prediction of Devon versus Levan super match. And finally, Ryan Blue Bowen is going to make an attempt to become a full-time arm wrestler once again. Let's start. By now, we all have seen that Voevoda has been absent or almost absent from the arm wrestling game since his loss against John Brzezinski. In the beginning, he was really thankful and he was really happy to see the positive response from the fans after he lost to John. He said he didn't expect that, but it is going to motivate him to continue arm wrestling. But we haven't seen anything like that in the future, or in the past I should say, since that loss. Voevoda uploaded a couple of bicep hold lifts with 77 and 87 kilos. You can see him struggling as anyone else would. Literally anyone in this world will struggle with that kind of weight. So he's clearly strong, but there was something missing in the John Brzezinski match. And I think it's kind of sad to say, but it's the truth. I don't see Voevoda making any comeback, at least in the near future. Yes, he has been posting every now and then about some strength stuff, but if we look at Voevoda's Instagram profile carefully, he was always posting arm wrestling stuff even when he had no intention of making a comeback. So him just lifting a bunch of weights doesn't indicate that he will be back in 2024. Levan Saginashvili helped David Arabuli prepare for his Lachlan Adair super match at King of the Table 10. Well, giving Levan a back massage is no less than any arm wrestling workout. The guy is a 180 kilo mountain. So let's get to Levan's video. Levan uploaded a video titled, "Devon, it's too easy. You need to get stronger, buddy." So Levan had a very clear message in that video. He lifted about 70 kilos in the pronation lift and he did that really fast. I'll have to say that this looked much easier than Devon's lift. Has Devon lifted that much weight before? Well, yes. Devon has actually lifted 1 kilo more than that. He did 156 pounds in the same lift while preparing for the Denis Siplenkov match. But it looks like Levan had more in the tank. He had those 10 kilo plates, so I think we can guess that he didn't want to try the 80 kilo lift, or maybe he tried and he couldn't. But the 70 kilo lift was way too easy. Now I am not surprised by this lift and surprised by this lift at the same time. Why? Because I would expect Levan to defeat Devon in any kind of lift. Devon can invent a new lift and Levan would still beat him in that lift while trying it for the first time. That's how strong he is. But I did not expect, as I discussed in one of the previous videos as well, I didn't expect Levan to have the kind of flexibility and mobility to do this lift while in a squatted position, a deep squat position. But he did that. I assume that if they were to try this lift while standing up, Levan is absolutely going to demolish Devon's records. And the problem here for Devon is that it's his best lift and Levan is casually outlifting him in that lift. So it may be a bad day for Devon once again, not just because of this one lift in particular, but Levan's overall massive size and massive strength. Monster Michael Todd said that initially he wanted to get a rematch against Devon Larratt while he was making a comeback after recovery from COVID and some kind of numbness in his hand. But it didn't go well, he lost a bunch of matches, so the match was off. Right now he's not thinking about that match too much, he wants to make a comeback in a slow version. He wants a couple of victories first before he starts thinking about guys like Devon Larratt. Then Michael predicted King of the Table 10 matches. Devon's son Auden versus the Arm Wrestling Whisperer. Auden is going to win because he has been trained by Devon Larratt himself. Then the second match was between Lachlan Adair versus David Arabuli. No clear answer from Michael. Robbie Karstendijk is going to beat Coach Ray. Matt Mask versus Derek Smith. I say 55-45 Derek is the favorite, but I will not be surprised if Matt wins. Reno versus Bacho. 60-40 Reno, but I have no idea how strong Bacho is. All I can go by is how he beat Adam Borzinski, and Adam Borzinski is a stud. Tobias Sporong versus Wagner Bortolato. 75-25 Tobias Sporong. Dave Chaffee versus Vitaly Lalitin. Unless Dave has recovered with stem cells, his recent performances do not make sense for this match in my opinion. I love Dave, but I don't like him getting beat. Not the way he's been getting beat recently. Michael was kind of confused if this match is happening because it's a setup for Vitaly's revenge or if it's a setup for Dave Chaffee's comeback. And then Devon versus Levan, the big rematch. Levan is the favorite, but to say it's impossible for Devon to win is naive. If I'm a betting person, I gotta bet on Levan, but nothing will surprise me. Right now, Devon doubts himself. No matter what he says, Devon doesn't know if he can stop him. The moment he does, the confidence will be through the roof. So it's kind of clear that Devon is not the favorite in Michael Todd's eyes to defeat Levan. Maybe he was in the first match, but definitely not right now. And Rebecca asked Michael what is next for Georgy Svetkov, and Michael said, me at East versus West. I'm not sure why he said that. Maybe he kind of leaked a future super match announcement, or maybe he wanted to say something else, but there is a possibility that this match may be happening, but after that they started kind of denying that. So I'm not sure why he would say that. Ryan Blue Bowen uploaded this post on his Instagram, and he also uploaded a similar video on his YouTube as well. So he was doing a job as a traffic controller at a construction site because social media work while training for arm wrestling was getting too much, and his Facebook got demonetized maybe a year or two ago, so it was getting difficult to pay the bills efficiently. He had to go for a job. He was doing that job for quite some time now, and he wants to quit it right now. I've said this multiple times in the past that doing 3 things at a time is almost impossible. Job plus training to be an athlete plus YouTube or any kind of social media. So it's kind of a first example in arm wrestling community where an arm wrestler with hard work was able to become a full-time arm wrestler. Then he was not so much of a full-time arm wrestler, and then he wants to go back to that journey once again. Ryan's super match record has been kind of okay in the recent past. He has defeated guys like Bogdan Stoica, Artem Ternenko, Mazahir Saidu, Bak Seong-yeol, but he has lost some matches as well. It's going to be interesting to see his journey in the future, if it takes the upper trajectory or it stays flat like it has been, I'll say, for last couple of years. I mean, he must be getting stronger, but the caliber of opponents that he's defeating is kind of the same in the past couple of years at least. Thanks for watching, like the video and subscribe.